Welcome, America. We're back with a couple of my champion favorite classics. Oh man, I got some good stuff for you today. We're gonna be making my classic version of mac and cheese. Really quick, really easy. We're actually gonna be adding a little bit of sausage pate to one of them, so I'm gonna be making you two versions using the same base. So we're gonna jump right in that.
Chef Champion here to take you on a culinary journey I promise you've never been before. I'm here to help mold you, shape you, motivate you, and most importantly, inspire you into cooking like a champion. I'm Chef Champion, but my friends call me Ace. Welcome to the new age of culinary learning. Cook like a champion on this great station.
So the first thing you want to do is get your cream and everything going, and I'm just using regular heavy whipping cream that I picked up from the grocery store. I'm gonna add that to that skillet, just like so. And that's probably about 3.5 cups of actual heavy whipping cream. All right, now that cream is going, we're gonna go ahead and saute up some of this Newski's Canadian bacon that I got. Really nice smoked bacon. For those of you guys that aren't a fan of the traditional bacon, the Canadian bacon really works excellent because it's not as fat, it's pretty lean. And this is definitely optional too as well. Sometimes I've had mac and cheese down south, and you better believe we put some ham in there, some people put ribs in there. You kind of put whatever you want. So I'm just gonna make a couple slices. Put that on there. I don't want to put too much. I don't want to overcrowd it. And make some nice slices. Now I'm just doing chunks, probably about 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. I'm just gonna add that right to our skillet, just like that. While that's going, I'll go ahead and shred up some of this cheese. Always remember, product does matter. Shullsburg Creamery makes the best, all organic, all natural, just fresh cheese, no processed, no preservatives. I'm always a fan of trying to, eat healthy. And I don't mean eat healthy like just give me a big bowl of vegetables and carrots or anything like that. I mean, just cook with live food. Make sure that your food, one way or another, was once alive. All right, that looks like that's about good enough. Go ahead and give that a nice little mix. So now that that's going, we'll go ahead and add in our vodka right to the Canadian bacon. We're gonna add probably just a little bit, a couple teaspoons or so. And I'm using this Van Drastick's premium vodka that's made right here in Wisconsin. So just get you a nice little match or so. And just add that right to there, just like that. Give that a nice little mix. All right. Now remember, you gotta keep shaking it until the flame goes out. That's the rule of thumb. So while my sauce is coming up to a boil, we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Feel like a champion, offering therapeutic and relaxation services. Live like a champion. Lifestyle consultations are available. Revive. Schedule your next appointment with Rachel Champion today, located in De Pere, Wisconsin.
Welcome to Lex Max, your modern African Caribbean one-stop shop, offering a variety of African Caribbean foods and ethnic hair and beauty products. Diversify your taste buds and try something new. Come see us at 140 South McCarthy Road in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Choosing a good cheese takes years of experience. Let Shullsburg Creamery help you pick the best. No cheese hits the shelves without the Shullsburg Creamery stamp of approval. Look for our brand in your favorite store. Ask for it by name. Shullsburg Creamery, the taste of old-fashioned goodness.
All right, welcome back, America. We're going to go ahead and finish up on our macaroni and cheese and our pate mac. What we got so far is we just have the vodka and the cream already reduced down to get nice and thick for us. We have our Canadian bacon that we sauteed. I'm gonna go ahead and taste just a little bit of that, make sure it's okay. I think that's good. If you guys have never had Canadian bacon, it is so much better to me than regular bacon, and a little bit more healthier for you, not as much as fat. So here comes the fun part, you guys. I told you that I was gonna show you guys how to make 2 separate recipes using the same base. So now we have our cream base, which is kind of like our Alfredo sauce base. It's basically a white sauce. Traditional terminology is bechamel, but this is America. We don't say bechamel, we say white sauce. So I'm just gonna split that. I'm gonna put half of the white sauce in there and leave the other half. Whoa. Almost boiled over. You guys know if it ever comes up to a boil, pull it away from the stove. Don't leave it on there. It will not stop over boiling. So what we want to do is we're going to take some of this cheese, and this is some of that, like I said, that really good organic smoked Colby Jack pepper cheese. If you ever heard of it before, it is delicious. And I'm going to add that right to my cream with just my original cream. And then now it comes to the other cream. And I don't know if you guys have ever had pate. Traditional pate is made with liver. Gloris Malone's fine sausage out of Milwaukee. They make the best all organic, all natural pate. And the beautiful thing about this too as well is not only is it spicy just like I like it, it's made with pork. I'm not a liver person, so if you ever have liver pate and pork pate, to me pork pate has a beat hands down. So for that one, I'm just gonna use my ratios, kind of see how much cream I have left over there. And I'm just probably gonna take, I'll put this whole half in there. And all I want to do is just cube it up. Now, when I first started working with this pate, the first thing I thought was put it on a cracker, serve it. But I was told to think outside the cracker, so that's what we're doing. I don't know if you guys knew it or not, but pate actually melts very well.
White guys in the room, think outside the cracker.
Think outside the cracker. Too funny, too funny. You gotta love it, you guys. You gotta love it. Have fun in the kitchen, man. I'm telling you, all these bad, negative kitchen shows that you guys see, throw all that out the window, man. Let's have some fun with cooking. You gotta cook anyway, so you might as well enjoy it. So it looks like my pate one is almost done. I have some rigatoni noodles, that's the twist. Traditional macaroni and cheese, they use elbow noodles, but they're so small and they're so traditional. So I use rigatoni, which really has a lot of body to them. I'm just gonna add those to it just like so. Rule of thumb, whenever you're cooking pasta too as well, put it in a nice big pot, let your water come up to boil, add in your salt, and then let them boil. Do not cook them all the way, kind of par cook them, should I say. And that way you leave room for carryover cooking, because the worst thing you can have is a mushy pasta. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. So I have the melted pate in there, I have the smoked Canadian bacon in there, I have my cream, I have my vodka. Did I put enough vodka in there? I think I put enough vodka in there. Then I'm gonna add in the rest of this cream, or the rest of this cheese to my cream sauce. It looks like that one's pretty much done, so we'll go ahead and plate that one up. And then the other one should be done right behind it. So you see how this is really saucy? It's almost like a pasta. So you can call this a pasta, you can call this mac and cheese, it's your dish now, you can call it whatever you want. And when you guys download this recipe, please understand that every single recipe that's out there is meant to be tweaked just a little bit. So if you're one of those people that are at home and you're making something and it's burning up on you and you're saying, well, Chef Champion said it's supposed to go another 2 minutes, that's your fault. So don't let it burn, please. And if you guys are looking for these recipes, just visit my website at chefchampion.com. I have all the recipes from today and all the other episodes, just an easy download. And I also have the video to go along too as well. So if you guys happen to miss this episode, no worries. I'm actually gonna throw just a little bit more cheese in there because I have all these Wisconsinites over here staring at me like I didn't put enough cheese in there in the first place. So I'm gonna add some more in there. It looks like that's about thick enough. Don't judge me, you guys, I'm hungry. I've been cooking for you guys all day. That's some good cheese. I'm just gonna pour that cheese sauce right in my bowl, just like that. Give that a nice toss. Uh-oh. And I'm actually, as I toss that, putting a little bit more of that cheese in there. Add that to my bowl. And this is a no-bake mac and cheese. That means you don't have to spend all that time trying to bake it and finish it off. We're just gonna top both of them with just a little bit more cheese. And the last thing we want to add to that is just a little bit of those diced green onions. And there you have it, you guys, your double version of mac and cheese, your traditional Wisconsin mac and cheese and your crazy, crazy Pate mac and cheese that I just came up with last week. But that's what you get when you cook like a champion. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
What children eat today can have a lasting effect on their overall health. Made with Door County tart cherries, Cherry Delights provide a healthy snack and taste delicious. Unlike sugary fruit snacks, these tasty treats are all natural and provide essential nutrients important to growing bodies. Let's help lead the way for our children to make better choices and understand the importance of healthy eating. When they ask for fruit snacks, give them a healthy snack made with real fruit. Cherry Delight dried cherries.
Creative Sign Company and its highly skilled staff have been producing signs and graphics throughout Wisconsin and nationwide since 1985. Call Creative Sign Company today to find out how Wisconsin's highest rated sign company can help brand your image.
Welcome back, America. So now it's time to make that Bavarian cream key lime pie I told you about. Now, I've made this recipe a couple of times before. Didn't turn out very good. And that's one of those things when you're in the kitchen and you're cooking and things don't turn out right, that's all right. Failure is where you learn from your mistakes. So I went back in and I tried it again and again. And what I ended up doing is just making my original Bavarian cream pie, and I just infused it with key lime. So try to make it really easy. So we're gonna start off with the pre-made pie shell. By all means, you guys, if you have a recipe to make your own pie shell, knock yourself out. But I'm in the business of helping you guys out, America, so I wanna make it as quick and easy as possible for you. So we're just gonna put that in your pie plate. I'm just gonna kind of just mesh the edges together around the side first, and then we're just gonna crimp it. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. So you guys all know I'm a firm believer of using glass whenever I do any kind of baking. It's just such an excellent heat conductor. So as I got that rounded off nicely, I'm just gonna do a crimp. And the crimp is pretty much like a Pac-Man. I'm just gonna take my finger and just do it a pinch, just like so. And you just kind of work your way around it. Do you have to crimp? No. Will it still look the same? No. Remember when I told you about presentation? Presentation is everything. So we're gonna do that, do a nice little crimp. And then when I finish that, all I'm gonna do is just take a little egg wash, which is just 1 egg, about a tablespoon of water. I'm gonna throw this in the oven and par bake it. And what that means is I'm gonna pretty much partially cook it, but it's gonna be cooked almost all the way, but not all the way, because I don't want it too crusty. All right. So now that we got this all crimped up, we just want to just brush it with a nice little egg wash. Egg wash is literally just 1 egg, a little bit of water, brush it on there generously, and this is going to give you a nice golden brown crust. We're going to throw that in the oven at about 400 degrees for about 12 minutes, and then we'll make our custard. All right, now that we have that in the oven, we're going to go ahead and get our custard base ready, and this is exactly how you want to do it. Get your crust going in the oven, make your base. By the time your base is done, your crust should be done, and then you're good to go. So I have 3 egg yolks in there right now. You want to make sure that you use the egg yolk. Please use the egg yolk. The first time I made this in a cooking class. Forgot to separate the eggs from the yolk. Yeah, no, it did not work. It did not thicken up. So make sure you use the egg yolks. I'm a firm believer. I like using the brown organic eggs too as well. Give that a nice little mix. And then we're just gonna add the sugar right to that. Give that a nice little mix. And then I'm gonna put that on top of a double boiler. And pretty much all a double boiler is I'm actually steaming it. If you don't have one of these little fancy double boilers, no worries. You can just get you a nice small pot, get a bowl just big enough to fit over that, and then fill it up about halfway with water. So now that that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my 2 cups of milk. And my actual heavy whipping cream. Just 1 cup. All right, and just make sure you give that a nice little mix. You don't want to rush it. This is probably going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to come up to a boil, which is fine. Once it comes up to a boil, then we're going to add in our cornstarch slurry. But we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back, and we'll finish this up, and we'll get to eat it.
Wisconsin farmers support an $80+ billion industry that employs more than 400,000 people. Farmers continue to sustain Mother Nature's resources for future generations and create quality relationships with area businesses.
Mark Toyota thanks the farmer.
J-Mar thanks the farmer.
Ansane Associates thanks the farmer.
Central Door Solutions thanks the farmer.
Mid-State Truck Service thanks the farmer.
And we thank you for buying Wisconsin potatoes.
Choosing a good cheese takes years of experience. Let Schellsburg Creamery help you pick the best. No cheese hits the shelves without the Schellsburg Creamery stamp of approval. Look for our brand in your favorite store. Ask for it by name. Schellsburg Creamery, the taste of old-fashioned goodness.
Feel like a champion. Offering therapeutic and relaxation services. Live like a champion. Lifestyle consultations are available. Revive. Schedule your next appointment with Rachel Champion today, located in De Pere, Wisconsin.
All right. Looks like this pie shell is nice and ready, nice and golden brown for me. I'm gonna set that right there, and we're gonna finish up on our Bavarian cream key lime pie. So I didn't do this traditional. I kind of made a little bit of mistake. I'm sorry, but just to let you know that there's never anything perfect in the kitchen. If you have a meal and you do everything perfect, you call me and let me know, because it always doesn't work out that way. When you guys are at home, what you want to do is you want to make your eggs and your cream separate. Then you want to temper in the cream into the egg so it doesn't curdle. I kind of just threw it all in there, and it's actually going to work. You just want to make sure you constantly continue to stir it so that your eggs don't turn into scrambled eggs. I love me some scrambled eggs, just not with my dessert. So now what I'm gonna do is get my cornstarch slurry ready. Remember what I said about water? Not over here, you guys. So we're gonna add a little bit of this Van Drastic vodka right to there. Give that a nice little mix. Uh-oh. I think I need a little bit more vodka, I'm sorry. I'm not doing this on purpose, America. It literally is just not enough. That should do it. Oh yeah. Here's that cornstarch slurry again, I told you. I think we used whiskey the last time, now we just made a vodka slurry. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in that key lime juice right to there. Now I'm probably putting in about 6 tablespoons. Okay. Turn that down just a little bit. And then I'm gonna add in 1 fresh key lime. Just cut that in half. I'm just gonna squeeze that right into it, just like so. And then what I actually do is I get my finger and get all up in there and get some of that meat up in there. Or zest, or pulp, whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah. So remember about the alterations. If I wanted to make a chocolate key lime pie, all I would have to do is add in some chocolate chips to that. Same thing with strawberry. Purr up half a cup of strawberries, add that to it, now you have a strawberry cream pie. Now I'm just gonna add in that cornstarch slurry now. Make sure I mix that up really good. And remember what I said about cornstarch slurry, add in a little bit at a time, because even though the recipe might say 3 or 4 tablespoons, you might not need it all. And it's always better to add not too much of the cornstarch slurry than too much, because you will taste it if you add too much. I did that in one of my college One of my college tests, I did that, and I had never used colored starch before, and I was making a chowder soup, and I just kept adding to it. It was like a brick, so please don't do that. So you see, as I put that cornstarch in there, I'm constantly mixing it. And as I'm mixing it, it's just gonna start getting thicker and thicker. Yeah, this actually worked out, not tempering the eggs. But don't try it at home, America. All right, we'll check for consistency. If you can kind of see, like it should kind of look like a pudding almost. And I think that's pretty much as far as I want to take it. Actually, I'm just gonna add a little bit more cornstarch. And as you see, I followed the recipe and I still have a little bit of cornstarch left. That's why it's important to just add a little bit at a time. So the last thing you want to do before you do that, and my instructor always told me, the most important thing you can do before you serve it to the guests is taste it. You know, we always think that, you know, oh, I'm not a chef, I'll never know what it's supposed to taste like, but we all have this great gift called taste buds on our tongues. And as soon as you put it on there, you'll be able to know if it's too sweet, not sweet enough. So we'll taste that and see where we're at. That's what I'm talking about. That looks good to me. So we're just gonna take that and pour that right into our pie shell. Oh, yes. You make this for your friends, you guys, let me tell you, they're gonna be talking about this for years to come. It's still a little hot. So now what you wanna do is just take your pie plate. You're gonna let this cool off for probably about 10 minutes, and then you're just gonna put it in the refrigerator for probably about 30 minutes. And then when it cools off completely, you're just gonna wrap that with saran wrap. And please, don't rush this. This has gotta sit for at least 6 hours. So don't be digging into it too fast. So we're gonna put this in there and grab our one, and then we should be good to go. All right, so now that we've let that sit, I actually made this pie last night. I wanted to make sure it was nice and firm, and that's what you're looking like. You know, it's got a little bit of a shake to it, but it's nice and stiff. And that's why you want to pour it into the pie shell right away. So when it starts to harden up, it hardens up as one pie. So we'll go ahead and get us a nice little cut and get that on the plate. I think the crew would like to taste it. I'll try too. Oh, you guys don't want none of this, trust me. You don't want none of this. I'll give you a granddaddy slice, how about that? There you go. First one's always the hardest one to get out. We'll see. Oh, you sexy thing. There you go. Uh-oh. All right, now it's time for the taste test, you know. We're gonna go ahead and see how this is. Oh, there was one more thing left, I forgot. I made some chocolate vodka sauce over there, and I just pretty much just like chocolate ganache. Just a little bit of melted chocolate, a little bit of cream. Gotta drizzle that chocolate over there. The chocolate sauce is optional too as well. I just love chocolate sauce, because I'm chocolate, that's right. Let's see what that tastes like now. Nice. Just like I remember back in Florida. You guys gotta try this and make this at home. This is definitely a great crowd pleaser. I gotta eat another bite of this. All right, so that wraps up our show today. Just do a quick recap. You know, we started off with my champion's favorite. The reason why these recipes are so favorite to me is because it took so much work trying to develop them. And I definitely was creative and definitely thinking outside the box. And if you want to cook like a champion, I challenge you to be creative and cook outside the box too as well. So remember, we made our 2 different versions of our mac and cheese. We also even did the Pate mac and cheese, what actually came out really, really well. And then we finished off with a traditional key lime pie with a chocolate rum sauce. So remember, always stay positive in the kitchen. Cooking is made to be fun. You're gonna make mistakes, just like as you see, I made a few of them, but that's okay. It's all about how you respond, you guys. So that's our show for this week. We'll see you next week. Keep in touch. Don't keep in touch, because you can't. That's our show. We'll see you next week. And remember, cook like a champion, then you can live like a champion. Today's show is brought to you by Shullsburg Creamery, Glorious Malone's Fine Sausage, Cherry Delight of Country Ovens, Tundraland Home Improvement.
Cooking Like a Champion is produced by Creative Edge Productions.
Chef Champion here to take you on another culinary journey. Whether you want to cook like a champion or just have a champion cook for you, Chef Champion LLC is your one-stop shop to culinary goodness. We offer a variety of services like private dinners in your home, professional cooking classes, motivational speaking, recipe development, and more. Need your brand promoted? What better way than to have a champion represent your brand right here on my show? Hire me today for your personal Chef Champion culinary experience.
What children eat today can have a lasting effect on their overall health. Made with Door County tart cherries, Cherry Delights provide a healthy snack and taste delicious. Unlike sugary fruit snacks, these tasty treats are all natural and provide essential nutrients important to growing bodies. Let's help lead the way for our children to make better choices and understand the importance of healthy eating. When they ask for fruit snacks, give them a healthy snack made with real fruit, Cherry Delight dried cherries.